Hello, my Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising signs. How you doing? Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon. Next, I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive. I got all my errands done. I have you and the Aquarian, and the Pisces collective left to read. Then I'm hanging out. Taking tomorrow off for the full moon. Friday the 13th. So yeah, I'm doing this the day before. I got them all done according to schedule because I am a Virgo. So if you're new to my channel, these What Do I Need reads are not based on, the path of true love. They may be. There may be aspects of that there. That's really my specialty. I'm working on a book called The Path of True Love. My editor is working on it now. Puzzle piecing this all together. And this isn't about your twin flame relationship. If you're interested about your twin flame relationship, go watch the twin flame reads and the Path of True Love reads. This is about what you need, right? So many of us who read cards, for other people, divination in general, have our own, systems that we use to check ourselves. But, you'll pull a card for the day, even people who don't read professionally. But oftentimes you want to like, what's going on with that? Or what should I do about that? Or what, like that. This is different. This is really approaching divination with a sense of humility, knowing that you don't know what you need in any given moment, in any given situation. Really clearing the slate and saying, okay, well, then what do I need? Just show me what I need. And that's what these are for. So for this full moon to new moon next is the waning moon, right? So it's usually about letting go, decreasing, forgiving, right? Melchior, calm down, sweetheart. All of a sudden, my boys, as soon as I turn on the camera, the antics start. I guess they get it from me. I have 3 black cat boys. Come here. Oh, no, 2 of them come downstairs. Come on, boys. Come sit with me. Do you want to come sit with me? Come on. I have 2 chairs just for this, because the third one doesn't care. Come on up. Come on up, bugs. No. Oh, God. Never work with children or animals. On stage, what is that? WC Fields. So let's kick this off. My boys will let me. We're going to start you off with a Caroline Myss archetype card to look at the dominant archetype, the soul power that you can alchemize from lead to gold over the next 2 weeks of the waning moon cycle. To keep in mind, the last 3 days, a lot of people don't know this, the last 3 days before a new moon is called the dark moon, the dark of the moon, and that's where it tends to get really intense. I tend to lay low, not leave the house, and do a lot of emotional purging or shadow work. I mean, let's just say I've been trained in a number of different shamanic techniques over this lifetime, so embracing the shadow and all of that. So keep this in mind. You might want to save this one in your watch later, right? So here we go. The base is covered. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please show me, show us, what is the dominant archetype, the soul power to be alchemized from lead to gold for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, this full moon to new moon next. Ooh, the beggar. Now there are so many cards in this deck, as you can see. Oh, all of the cards I'm working with are listed in the box below, as well as all of my information. If you want a private read, I am open for private readings. If you're local and on Long Island in New York, we can meet up somewhere. I make house calls. But otherwise, Facebook Messenger, Skype, all that stuff works too. You see how thick that deck is. The beggar is one that instantly triggers people, but it's not really what you think. People always want to go literal with archetypes, and rarely are they ever literal in that way. So let's have a look at what the angels have to say. So that was the angels, guides, and masters. They take that first deck and the last deck, the whispers of love. That's collective. But these are now just the angels. My angels, please clarify. What does this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, this full moon to new moon next need? This beggar archetype with dreams. Now, dreams certainly can be about, the sleepy dreams, right? The dream interpretation, all that kind of stuff. Very Carl Jung, very Sigmund Freud, if you want to go the psychological aspect. But I always feel on that, and particularly because of Aquarians, I can say that it really, really feels more like those sort of like life goal dreams, like the things you dream of. Like I have a dream of taking a cruise around the Mediterranean and seeing the Greek Isles and going to temples of Dionysus. And, you know, I don't know if they'd let me kiss Zeus's gigantic statue, but I will. I love my daddy, father. So keep that in mind, that dream archetype can have, that dream card can have many different interpretations, but my job is to get all the info on the table before we start drawing conclusions, right? So I ask my gods, Athena in particular, who shares the throne. Well, if Heracles wants to, she shares the throne with Heracles, or there are two jagged lines. One is Athena, one is Heracles. Please, can you give us some clarity? One card, please. There you are. What does this Aquarius collective sun, moon, rising sign need this full moon to know? Next, strength. All right. So, you know, not necessarily the physical strength of, you know, picking up a Volkswagen Bug and hucking it into the neighbor's yard. Definitely more of a soul strength thing, and with the dreams and the beggar archetype, which has a lot to do with compassion, by the way. This is starting to form nicely. My masters, please, one card in clarity for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need from this full moon to new moon next? Oh, that feels nice. What do they need? What do they need to look at? What do they need to deal with? What do they need to embrace? What do they need to release? Doubt. You know, this card's been popping up a bit too as of late, not just in these YouTube reads, but with some of my clients as well, because we're going through such a challenging time, and you in particular, Aquarius, because that 11th house about, you know, humanitarianism and groups and politics really is what it is. Things are so uncertain right now that we really can be doubting, for example, if our dreams are ever going to come true, because things seem so chaotic. But I have learned that chaos is divine order, that we don't understand it. And so we look for reason and we don't find any, but in retrospect, we often find purpose, right? So we'll tune to those individually. This is not a quickie read. Once I get these first line out and interpret them, we're going to use the middle three decks, the angels, the gods, and the master decks individually to clarify. So please, a whisper of true love, my collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Please, a whisper of love for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, for this full moon to new moon next. What do they need? What they need is to choose love. This came out in the last reading too, I'm pretty sure. In Capricorn, choose love. This is easy to read. You always have a choice as to what you should do, right? You choose. You get to choose how loving you want to be through all of this, but it is saying that love is an option. Now, if you can break that out of the romantic sexual thing, although, you know, your heart may very well be emboldened by a dream that you have. But now let's look at this beggar card, right? Because, of course, it's going to trigger people if they're identified as a beggar in any way, shape, or form. But every archetype has light and gold, right? So you see it says light attribute at the top and shadow attribute on the bottom. So the lead being the gold, the shadow, the light being the lead. This is about how you alchemize, because something must be released. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, right? So 3 of those atoms has to be given up. Perfect for waning moon. So here we go. The light attribute confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, right? So keep that in mind, particularly with those dreams. There's something here about physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So the spiritual authority, right? The spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. That who's really in charge? The spirit, right? The higher power, whatever you want to call it, God, goddess, all that is. The shadow attribute, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So, you know, I've never really met an Aquarian. Aquarians can be so very independent. They're sort of the friends of the zodiac in my experience, that they're very good at pulling back, you know, and they're very, very good on their own, but they're usually very friendly. And if they can kind of get into that humanitarian side of it, with that compassion, right? That they're really feeling a sense of compassion. I know, feeling for an air sign, go figure. I find them naturally compassionate. So it's a really beautiful card. So it's not all about, you know, begging for people to do things for you. But of course, we all have our dependencies, and we're all learning and growing through that. So to line these up, we've got this beggar, right, with this dream, and maybe this is a global dream. Maybe this is a dream that involves other people, that has that humanitarian higher vibe to it. And you kind of need to have the courage to see it through, right? To call upon a strength beyond this world. That is your higher self, your soul, the higher power, the gods, whoever your higher power is. To me, as a true eclectic witch, it's always been about one light, infinite lenses. And that's why I've studied so many different spiritualities and religions. Really, I could have been a comparative religion scholar. Now at 51 years old, so it's never too late. Too much homework. I don't want to do anybody else's homework. I'm a teacher. I like giving homework, right? So, and then with that doubt, like with dreams and doubt, who doesn't doubt their dreams? It's part of the process, honey. Everybody doubts their dreams. Anybody who has total confidence in their dreams day and night, 24/7, 365, there's something off there. I mean, I'm all down with optimism, but you know, the path is about faith, right? Like, how can you have faith? Can you trust that there is a higher authority that you can rely on and not be so dependent upon, for example, other people's approval, right? Or other people's consent to make your dream come true. And remember that you can always choose love. Love yourself, love the dream, love others, and love outside of that romantic, oh, my back just relaxed when I said that, love outside of that romantic context. Boys, cut the crap. They have to like fight at my feet. Like I'm some sort of goddess or something. You get upstairs, Melchior. I have Sebastian is my oldest. Balthazar is my middle. My Jan Brady boy. And Melchior. Savvy, Belsy, Melky. Get upstairs. They just look at my finger. They're cats. So this feels good, actually. Yeah, the doubt part is tricky, but know that there is a way through this. That this is what you need to look at according to the angels, guides, and masters. So let's clarify. We're going to clarify this dream card so that we can get a little bit more about what this dream is about. Pardon me, I didn't like cough that much today as soon as I sit down to do a reading. Maybe it's just they're clearing my throat chakra as I go from gear to gear, channel to channel, don't know. So let's just do this. My gods, please, my Athena. Please, one card in clarity for this Aquarius collective sun and rising sign. What is this dream about? What do they need to know? What do they need to know about this dream? Is this one? I felt you. Okay, Hecate, that you got to go deep. It's the Scorpio card. So this very well could be about subconscious dreaming, something that your dreams are emerging from a deeper level of mind. Now, like I said, I don't often interpret the dream card that way, but come on. I mean, we're looking at either that or it's really saying that the dream that you have is really coming from a source much deeper than your own intellectual genius Aquarian mind, right? You're all good at thinking outside the box, but Scorpio here implies death, and Aquarius is fixed air, Scorpio fixed water. So to go a little bit deep, perhaps pull back a little bit. Well, Aquarians are good at pulling back altitude-wise, seeing things from a higher vision, fixed air, right, like stratosphere. Whereas Scorpio is it's withdrawing, it's backing up from within, it's going deep within. So, and that really does indicate that keep an eye on your dreams. I don't really remember my dreams. I know I dream, but I just have no idea what they are when I wake up. Don't know why. Just how it is. I'm a Pisces moon. I should be able to. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what that's all about? But you know, as a witch, I help people make their dreams come true. It's something I do. Not every witch does that, but I do that, and I've done it for a lot of people for many, many years. And now it feels like it's time for Mark A. Lyons' dream, Mark Angela Lyons, for his dream to come true. So that being the step-by-step process it is, let's get this last clarifier here. So My masters, please, a piece of your masterly guidance and grace. What does this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign from this full moon to new moon next? What do they need in terms of this dream with this scorpionic Hecate energy? Self-love, all right? So no matter what, even this is sleeping dreams, or this is about your lifelong, deeply held dreams that you have some fixed emotions about. Maybe if it's involving somebody who's a Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, Mercury's in Uranus because the thermometer broke. I don't know what to tell you on that. I don't really read court cards that way because to me they're more about the astrological signs and houses in the person I'm reading. But of course that would mirror out in people in your life. So with self-love there, that's really a key there. That self-love, right? The person's looking in the mirror, right? It's about loving whatever rises within you, particularly if that's doubt. And well, what is doubt? Doubt is fear. We often have to invest our energy in fear or in faith because we have energy to invest and we're going to invest it anyway. And if we don't do it with intention, if we don't do it with clarity, we usually default to doubt anyway. And really good coffee helps. Again, I'm so sorry about that. If you're listening to that in earphones, that must have hurt. My boys have settled down. Let's clarify this card of strength, shall we, my aquas, my aquariums? Let's take a angel card here. Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels Oracle card. My angels, you please clarify this strength card for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, this full moon to new moon next. What do they need to know about the card of strength? What's going on there? Okay, because there's an answered prayer, but then the strength card, like I said before, I mean, take heart, right? Be strong, courage, strength, and call upon a strength beyond this world, the divine power of love. Place your faith there because your prayer is being answered. Now, we're looking at the next 2 weeks. So this might happen the first day, like on full moon, or it may hit, the last day or anywhere in between, but then also which of your dreams, right? A prayer and a dream, right? It's like, oh my God, I really, really hope, I really, really pray. Well, when you really, really get there, it's usually a life dream. And that I've learned that our life dreams, like the dreams that we really want to manifest into this world, part of our pre-incarnational contracts. Soul contracts aren't all about relationships. We also have things that we contracted to do. And the way my guides explain it to me, it's like, you chose this life, but we chose you, which means it's like the soul went to the audition to play the role, in my case, of Markangelo Lyons, born September 6, 1968, right? Virgo, Sun, Leo, rising, Pisces, moon. I went to the audition, but I was chosen, right? Here I am. I'm the soul in the body playing the role. So the fulfillment of these life dreams will eventually happen, but we have to play the game. We have to, the instant manifestation, you think it is. You want to instantly manifest something? Watch this. Poof, you manifested me giving you this reading via YouTube. You start looking at it that way, you're like, oh my God, I'm always manifesting. I'm always instantly manifesting, right? Different way of approaching things. As the fifth dimensional consciousness, the unity consciousness, is becoming more and more dominant, particularly I think for Aquarians, you're going to have more of that third eye crown stuff, seeing things from that higher perspective, the interconnectivity of all things, which really interconnectivity is sort of a third dimensional way of saying unity, because it was all one before it ever appeared separate. So let's get a MasterCard. Let me get one of the Chuck Spezzano love packs here. My masters, you who have walked this path as humans and completed the curriculum and are helping from higher dimensions, 5 and above, please, one card here for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this full moon to new moon next? We got this strength card and this answered prayer. What do they need? They need to be aware of a deception, and I'm telling you right that now, this is about you deceiving yourself, hence the doubt and the self-love, right? There it is. We all deceive ourselves when it comes to our dreams. Well, maybe I'm not good enough. And, I could spend a lot of time going into what that nature of the deception is. But I'm telling you right now off the bat, this does not feel like you are being deceived by somebody else. This feels, particularly because of this answered prayer, that's too good to be true, and I don't know, I hope. It's like one foot on the gas, one foot on the brake. Oh my God, I really, really hope it. Oh my God, I really, really doubt, right? But that's the human condition. Just remember, you're a divine being, right? We all are. Everybody's a divine being masquerading as a human. Just most people forget. So remember, right? Remember. What's the point of past life regression, by the way, if you're going to be afraid of death? Well, it never made sense to me. I past life regressed myself for the first time in the 80s using a cassette tape by Dick Sutphin. Right? I'm doing it for myself ever since. Let's clarify then what this doubt is, because this doubt and deception just feels very connected to me. Let's pull an angel. And then we'll close the reading with the Daughter of the Moon Tarot. My angels, can you please clarify this doubt for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, this full moon to new moon next? What do they need? This card of doubt, what do they need with all of this? Friendship, right? It's like you really need to have your friends with you on this. I'm going to tell you that sometimes the people you think of your friends can be so toxic in their care for you or their hidden jealousy that they sabotage you. They don't even realize they're doing it. So this might, so it's okay to doubt your friends sometimes. The way I was taught a very long time ago from Florence Scovel Shinn, author, Science of Mind, author, turn of the century, the Game of Life and How to Play It, that whole 4-book series of hers, that she said, don't, go handing your dreams to people. Like, keep it to yourself for a while. Keep your, oh my God, keep your dreams to yourself for a while, right? And feed them love. Love yourself for your dreams. Because, people get jealous when somebody has a dream when they don't know what theirs is. And sometimes the toxicity of well-meaning people, they will start coming out your bubble with Edward Scissorhands, right? But I love you, but you really should not do that, right? It's a clickety, clickety, click, right? Run! So this doubt might be mirrored in other people. So in terms of friendship, keep your eye on that even if people are like, oh no, you're doomed, it'll never work. Well, understand that they're well-meaning, but that's their story, not yours, Aquarians. And really, we couldn't ask for a better card in this place for Aquarians. You're so friendly. Not that you want to be everybody's best friend, but that you have a natural bend towards egalitarianism, humanitarianism, working with groups. Like you don't mind the corporate structure, hopefully, unless it is something that is toxic. If it's toxic, then maybe not so much, right? That you really want everybody, come on, everybody, like Pink's Kumbaya, my lord. Oh, please, I have rewritten that song so toxically. Someone has herpes, Lord, Kumbaya. Not me. Someone has halitosis, Lord, Kumbaya. Yeah. I was raised by the sarcastic, sorry. Drum circles are not my thing. Never was. Unless there's a bar. So let's finish this up with the Daughter of the Moon Tarot. I'm really fun in private reads too. I'm a little bit more badass in private readings. This is fun for me, but I love it. And please, your feedback is good. People are giving me feedback offline. I'm like, go comment! Go comment on the page if it clicked for you. What have I been saying? Like if it clicks, and if it click if you like, and subscribe if it clicks. Right? Trying to get my numbers up, babies. Who isn't? All right, my gods, Athena. I'm really feeling Athena dominant here more than Heracles. By the way, Heracles is the original Greek name of Hercules, in case you were wondering. Really, so funny that the root of the word would be Hera, right? Considering in every TV, for everything you watch, Hera's the enemy, except the Disney version where Hera's his mom. I'm making them laugh. It's nice that I can do that. So Athena, please, one card for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need from this full moon to new moon next about this doubt and this card of friendship? Please clarify. What do they need? All right, so the Ace of Blades is the Sibyl. Now remember what I was saying before? about fifth dimensional awareness, and that we're all kind of going through this, and that you would be getting more third eye crown stuff. Well, that's pretty much what that is. Yes, the Ace of Blades, the Ace of Swords is a new communication. But and yes, with friends, that's fine, and it's okay to communicate your doubt. But you'll know how it feels in your body. Yes, I know I'm telling an air sign to pay attention to how it feels in their body. You will know who you can have confidentiality with, who is there to give you counsel, not advice. Advice is cheap, okay? Anybody can give you advice, and it's usually from their own personal history, which is fine. But if it hurts, if it feels off, trust that, because you really need to be friendly with yourself, friendly with this doubt. Be kind to the doubting voice within yourself. How much you want to bet it's that little child that has had this dream all of its life but hasn't seen it yet, and I never get what I want. And, you know, we all have that. So, well, maybe we don't all have that story. I don't know if you were born with a platinum spoon in your mouth. Screw silver. The platinum spoon in your mouth. Maybe you don't doubt that your dreams will come true because, well, you might be have dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. I know some trust fund babies. You wouldn't think of them as beggars. See what I mean? Archetypes never quite literal, if ever. So that card of the Sibyl, as I just even touch it and put my hands on it, it's like, this is a genius idea. Like, whatever it is that your dream is, there is a seed in there, a beginning thought that is so pure, and it is normal. Be friendly with that voice inside of yourself. Just don't let it drive the show, right? Don't let it make your major decisions, because at the end of this all, you're still getting choose love. So that means choose love if you're having doubt. Love yourself if you're feeling doubt, which means to allow that doubt to have its voice. Repressing it doesn't work. Haven't we learned yet in society that repression doesn't work? But nor does possession. Those have been really the only two choices other than heal, right? Push it down or be possessed by it, right? Read, if you have not yet read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, go give it a shot. I think it's funny how pagans turn their nose up at Eckhart Tolle. It's like, he's talking Zen. He's talking like core Buddhism in a way that's acceptable and easier for the West to integrate. Whatever. I love him. I think he's adorable. The two men I really don't want to meet is Eckhart Tolle and the Dalai Lama, because they're so cute and I want to pinch their cheeks. And security. No, I'm just a sweetheart. I'm a Virgo. I don't want to violate anybody's boundaries. But they're both sweethearts. I love them. I feel their love. So, Aquarians, I feel the love for you here. Let's be clear. You've got this beggar with a dream, right? Pay attention to your dreams anyway. Don't feel like that's what it's about. To take heart with your doubt and choose love anyway, right? Whatever this is, however this wants to play itself out. That, oh, where'd you go? That with those dreams, right? You've got this Hecate card. There's something deep here. And again, self-love, bringing up love. To give yourself love, to allow that dream to have its voice, that freedom, to just like you would say to a little child inside of yourself, it's okay, honey, keep going. It's a labyrinth, it's a maze, the road is the goal, right? You're learning, you're growing, and everything that happens in our lives is helping us somehow that we do not see, but it's helping our souls to grow and evolve, right? And maybe there is a weakness that's being strengthened through this process, a really good way to look at it. And then we've got this strength card with this answered prayer, but with deception, and I'm going to say with self-love sitting right next to it, that this is about self-deception, and it's okay. But then I can hear because the Virgo would do this too. Well, what if the dream is what I'm deceiving myself? Maybe this dream isn't real. But that's why this Scorpio card is saying, yeah, but it's in your soul. How can that be deceived? Or maybe you're just blowing it off as something that's just not real, not real, not real, not real. You'll see, because I don't know that we really find any peace or happiness in this life unless we're at least moving towards what we came into these lives to do. Just saying. And then we've got this card. Oh, sorry, I picked up the wrong one. I keep doing that. Where did you go? Yeah, the doubt card. So you got this doubt card, right? With the friendship And the Ace of Blades, if you're going to communicate with somebody about a friend, don't be surprised if they trigger your own doubt, because that's in place anyway. But no, I get such a high vibe off of this. Yes, it's an Ace, just a beginning, but there's a higher chakra thing going on here. It feels like the 8th chakra is downloading into the 7th and going to be hitting your 3rd eye. So what do you need? You need to look at that doubt, and you need to be friendly. Let me be friendly with the one in me who doubts, that voice in me that doubts. So here's what I offer you to kind of button this up. May the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next, that they can manifest their dream, that they can have the compassion with themselves and others necessary to bring to life the most fulfilling version of their dream coming true, and that they learn, heal, grow, and become every step of the way of their journey, at least for this full moon to new moon next. May they be blessed with all that they need. Thank you so much for watching, my Aquarians. You have my friendship, my support. Follow your dreams, make them come true. But as always, it's work, and a lot of that work for you right now seems to be inner, and that's a good thing, because that don't cost nothing. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. But for now, my sweethearts, my water bearers, my Aquarians, hail, farewell, and blessed be.